People, well, I did say last time in my last video, the good, the bad, and the ugly. That's what I was going to talk about. And I counted it the good, the bad, and the ugly because that's what I did in the last video. Just so hopefully they can tie in with each other so I can tell you when I talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. I've taken baseball bats to cars before. You don't believe me? Ask my mom. She loves telling that story. Love you, Mom. So what's the trip, though? The good, the bad, and the ugly. So if you talk about life, you talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. You talk about, I've mentioned this before. I forgot how I referenced it or what I was saying when I did it. But you talk about, let's just throw out examples. And the examples I throw out so easily and so pure is based on the fact that, yeah, I've seen it before. And at one point in my life, yes, I have been there before. When you get paid on Thursday, but your paycheck stub is available on Tuesday, so you log in to see that stub so you know how much money you have so you can plan everything you're gonna do and pay for throughout the course of the next week or 2 weeks, depending on when you get paid, weekly or bi-weekly, right? But nonetheless, when you're looking at your stub because the money in your account at the moment isn't enough to handle everything you need to take care of, that could be considered the ugly. Just try to make it through another week, you know what I mean? And that's is considered the ugly, but damn, I know that feeling. I know, and I have been in the situation where let's say I get paid on Friday and it's Wednesday and I need gas. So when I go to the 76 station right there on Cat Canyon and Ramon and I put my little debit card in, I run it as a credit card because I know it's not going to hit my account until the 2 to 3 business days later. So I just filled up my whole gas tank, even though I didn't have enough money in my account to fill up the tank, but I was able to put my card in, and then I was able to get a full tank of gas, knowing once I get paid, the funds will be there to cover the gas I just put in my car. 2005-ish, because I worked at Oasis Resort. I could give legit references like that. And it is a common thing in life, you know what I mean? Like, we do go through this in life. And we're not set up to succeed. They set us up with the bare minimum. You want to talk about setting someone up with a bare minimum. If you give someone a basketball, a hamper, aka clothes basket, you find a way to attach that hamper to the wall. You show them how the ball works, how to hold the ball, how to dribble the ball, and the best way to shoot the ball. And then they tell you, go learn how to play basketball. And then they give you the handbook on the rules. And say, have fun. That could be considered a bare minimum. So from the aspect as far as like when you think about school and what they teach in school, what we learn from school and how we put that onto our lives, if you're not giving us the proper tools or the things we need, so if you don't teach finance in school, to the best of my knowledge, my brother will tell you about that all the time. Go talk to my brother. He don't have social media, so good luck getting a hold of him. But off top, if they're giving us the bare minimum to work with and to live our lives by, and whatever we learn from them, we're gonna put that onto our life somehow, and then just see what happens. That all tied into the fact that like we do kind of just get lost, and then once we get jobs, and once we start to spend money, and then once we get credit cards, and once we don't know how to manage the credit cards, and then because I've been there too with the credit cards. I don't know if I ever said this before, but I filed bankruptcy before. Embarrassing as hell. When I show you my credit score now, I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about any damn thing in life, as you can tell. Black dude sitting right here on a corner in the community that I'm in, doing what I'm doing. I have no fear in life. That could be an exact Tupac quote. If I want to do it, I could do it. I have no fear. I have only ambition.
Fear. I have no fear. I have only ambition.
And I posted that a long time ago. I put that post up too. I have no fear, only ambition. I don't care if I am on, if I'm in Watts, Compton, Inglewood, Slauson, and I'm on the corner. Same thing, black dude. You want some more Tupac phrases? If you kicking that stuff in a white people's office, then white folks gonna have to take you through the hood.
If you kicking that shit from your heart, you can go wherever your heart wants you to go. But if you kicking that shit from the white folks' office, then white folks gonna have to bring you through the hood. You know what I'm saying? If they tell you when to be a G, shit, they gonna have to tell you when to come to the hood.
I don't know, 4 or 5 years from now, when all of a sudden I end up looking like, hey, what did I write back then? And I click on it and I read it and I'm like, oh, damn. And then once you realize that I was in shape last year. Well, not in shape. I would look a lot better than I do now. Once you realize what it is you're going through, and then once you see how far you come since then you could actually like,
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Oh, thank you.
So you can reflect on life. You can reflect on where you've been, what you've been through, how you handled it, how far you've come. Or if things were still the same, if you were to preach a message or talk about specific things, then you could put more emphasis on it and your message would be that much stronger. Because if you felt this way 2-3 years ago, and then 2-3 years later comes along, and you still feel the same way, or things you're referencing are still exactly the same, or very similar, then you can talk about that. Be like, dude, back in 2021, back in 2022, things were like this, and that. And here we are, 2026. And guess what? We still got this, and that. One thing might got it fixed. It's not even fixed. It was just addressed, handled, and pushed off to the side or put on the back burner. But nonetheless, when you see something from 2022 and then 2026 comes along and it's still the same, being the fact that you felt that way that long ago, and now that day you still feel a certain type of way about this because it's still the same freaking way or nothing has changed. Now when you talk about that story, or now when you reference that message, you have so much more strength, so much more courage, so much more confidence, so much more evidence, so much more facts on the message it is you're trying to preach. Yeah. Did you feel it? Did you feel it though? Or was it over the head? 100% felt it. How many was 100%? I don't know. I don't think it tells me. Oh, it does. And it was 2 answers out of 15 views. That's what I can tell you, like, legit. When I say I'm not famous, when I say, oh, I do YouTube now, I put up videos, blah, 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 blah. And I say I only get about 5 views per video. And 2 of them are probably my mom and my brother. Other ones might be clicked on by accident. I don't know. So yeah, I'm definitely not special. If I got 15 views back then, let's see. The first story had 24. Donna, hope you're doing well. Then 23. So then the first Heal the World had 23. So by the time I got to the end is when I had that little last one I just showed you.